So I saw Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom during first weekend, and I must say, I'll say this about it right away. I'm going to talk about the negatives first and then go into the positives, because I feel like a movie review like this, I would like to just end it on a good note, because I did enjoy Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and I'm a big supporter of the first movie, the first Jurassic World movie. I'm also a huge fan of the very original 1993 Jurassic Park. Nothing is going to be able to top that one. It's just not. It's just one of those classics that no matter how many sequels you come out with, like, you can't write a script like they did back in 93. And if they do, more power to them. But Steven Spielberg, it's Steven Spielberg. The first negative that I have with this movie is not even really about the movie. It's more on the marketing and the trailers for this movie. After I saw this movie, all of the trailers, every single trailer that came out for this movie gave away all the surprises. This is a non-spoilers review. There will be no spoilers, but the only thing that you could kind of consider a spoiler is the fact that I'm about to tell you that everything that you see in those trailers, that's all the surprises that are in this movie. They gave away all of the, cool moments that they could have saved for the movie in the trailers, and that really bothered me. After the credits rolled, I was like, a lot of those scenes, I'm watching this movie for the first time, and a lot of those scenes could have been saved for just the movie. The best trailers out there, in my opinion, are the ones that barely show anything. That scene with the cliff, that's cool and everything, but it was just there was some stuff that I didn't need to see. The T-Rex killing the other T-Rex, whatever you call that thing, they didn't have to show that, and there's a lot of scenes with the T-Rex that they didn't have to show in the trailers. There's nothing that they didn't show. They gave this movie away with those trailers. And I can't think of a movie that has done that bad in a really long time. But now on to the actual movie itself. The movie itself, pretty solid. I enjoyed myself going in. It was one of those movies where it starts out really good. I was really enjoying it, really into the story. All the sequences that are on the park, really good. That's where it had me locked in. I'm going to say probably 90% of the scenes that were in a building outside of the park, a dude's house. I won't go into spoilers of what that's about, but most of those just didn't click as well as being on the park. An example of the kind of scenes that we have in this movie is there's a little girl and she's crying about the death of somebody. And it's a Jurassic Park movie, so you know that's no spoiler, there's gonna be death. She's crying over the death of somebody, and it just didn't have the hit and the emotion that it should have, because of the way the characters around her responded to it. She herself was a good little actress. She brought the tears. It was legit. I felt it for her, but then it was ruined by how the characters responded to it, almost as if, Jurassic Park movies have had villains, but not like legit one-person antagonist type of thing. They've had InGen, the company that's trying to, preserve the dinosaurs. They've kind of done this thing through the movies of capturing dinosaurs, all that, and using them for something. And in the Jurassic World 1, there was a guy that's wants to make them into weapons. This villain was so stale. And all the great villains out there, you sympathize with what they're doing. This villain had literally nothing but money, basically, to drive him to do what he's doing. And this guy in this movie is very, very evil. But I didn't feel it because it was for what reason? Why? They never explained it. I kind of liked the nerdy guy. I'm only putting this as a negative because I think what would have hit a lot better is if they would have put in Jake Johnson from the first Jurassic World, aka Nick from New Girl. But he would have been a nice replacement for that character to be somebody that goes to the island with them. But off the top of my head, that's really all the negatives I can think about. And those, those are some serious negatives. Like, I haven't felt so down the middle about a movie in a while. I usually really like something or really don't. This is pretty much down the middle. I kind of like halfway enjoyed it, but on to the positives. Bryce Dallas Howard's character actually was more interesting in this. Her character from Jurassic World, she was the woman that worked at Jurassic World and didn't care about these animals, these creatures, these dinosaurs. And it's not a spoiler that she cares about them in Fallen Kingdom. In the introduction of Fallen Kingdom, she is all about trying to save these dinosaurs. And I really like that about it. She actually has a legit character growth. She has grown since the Jurassic World, and I love that. I love it when characters change through franchises. Chris Pratt, he was good in the movie. He's Star-Lord. He's this guy that takes care of Blue. He's heroic Chris Pratt. There's nothing, like, really negative I could say about him. If there was anything with him, it's like it was in the script. If his dialogue was weird, then it was in the script. It wasn't his fault. He's an amazing actor. Solid performance. Like I said, the nerdy guy from earlier, I still liked him. There are parts where he's just kind of missing out of the movie, like he was just kind of there sometimes. But Daniela, and I don't know how to pronounce her last name, this new character, she actually had solid, amount to do in this movie. Really good performance. I liked her as soon as it happened, as soon as I saw her, I was like, okay, there's something, to this character. Actually, that's one of the positives about this movie, for sure I could say, is as soon as the movie started, I cared about all these characters. So the CGI looked fantastic. It looks a lot better than the first Jurassic World. I'll say that about it. CGI, it just kind of actually blew my mind how much they've improved on the way it looks. All the scenes on the island, pretty fantastic. That scene you see in the trailer where there's the cliff and the volcano exploding, which I don't think they should have gave all that away. That scene gave me a rush. It got my heart going, even though some of the stuff I knew was gonna happen because of the trailers, but it still was good. Whenever dinosaurs are falling in the water and stuff like that, it really got to me emotionally. All the stuff on the island really brought the emotion. And let's not also forget, the lead of this entire franchise is Blue. She is just, fantastic. The CGI on her looked even better than the first Jurassic World, and she's just amazing. One of the best things about the Jurassic World franchise so far is her and Chris Pratt, their relationship. It's just fantastic. There's a scene that I won't spoil, but is a tearjerker. And actually, my friend Jesse texted me and told me that it got to him too. He almost lost it. And I told him, I replied to him, I was like, yeah, and the dinosaurs falling in the water and stuff, that doesn't grab you in the trailer, but whenever you're watching the movie and it's all emotional, and it's sad because they are animals. They're it's not their fault that they're here, and whenever they're kind of in trouble and being hurt, you really feel that. So I applaud the director for giving us that emotion that we needed in this movie. It's a solid movie, but it has a lot of issues, and I don't know if I would put it above the first Jurassic World. Just as not comparing it to the original Jurassic Park, but to Jurassic World itself. I think that it deserves maybe a low 7 out of 10. Because it would almost get a 6, but I feel like that's almost a little too harsh. I think I enjoyed it more than I didn't enjoy it, but there's a lot of problems with this movie. And ironically enough, a lot of people had a lot of problems with the first Jurassic World, and that's the one I have the least problems with. Jurassic World, the first one, is a much more solid movie. And that's usually what happens, is the sequels end up being more whatever. But if they do a Jurassic World 3, I'll still be on board. I love Jurassic Park. It's one of my favorite franchises. That first movie is one of my favorite movies of all time, maybe in like my top 20. And yeah, but the real question is, what did you think of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom? If you have seen it, let me know in the comments. And if you haven't seen it, you haven't been spoiled. So go check it out. Go watch the movie. It's definitely a movie to go see in theaters. The sound, the effects, everything was brilliantly done. Thank you guys as always so much for watching. And stay tuned for more movie reviews if you want to see them. I'm kind of behind on movie reviews right now. And I'm planning on just getting them all done. I've seen Incredibles 2. So look out for that. And you'll be seeing me in the next one. Trav out. Peace out.